Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about updates following a collision between Max Verstappen and George Russell in the Spanish Grand Prix. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on X at James's Pit Lane, I'll leave a link in the description. But let's jump straight into the video. Now this all happens following the safety car coming out. When the safety car was called, everyone came into pits pretty much for soft tyres, but Verstappen didn't have any soft tyres to go onto, so he ended up going onto hards. Now the problem is that when the race got underway, there were only like 6 laps left of racing, and being on the hard tyres is not what you want. They're the slower, more durable tyres, whereas the soft tyres are the grippier, faster tyres. And in a 6-lap sprint, you want the soft tyres, so Verstappen was at an immediate disadvantage at the restart. And at the restart, Verstappen lost the rear end. He did very well to save it, but as a result, he had Charles Leclerc all over the back of him, and Leclerc was able to pass Verstappen into turn 1, and then George Russell had a go as well into turn 1. But it was a bit of a late lunge by Russell, who ended up pushing Verstappen wide, and he took to the escape road and kept the position. Now, in my opinion, I think all of this was fine. I think Russell's lunge was late, and I think Verstappen had the right to keep the position ahead of Russell after taking to the escape road. And the stewards thought that as well, with them saying no further action, but Red Bull perceived this incident all wrong, with them telling Verstappen on the radio to give back the position. And Verstappen, who was unhappy on the radio, slowed down on the exit of turn 4 so he could then repass Russell immediately into turn 5. But the two came together, with Verstappen just going in to the side of Russell, who was on the outside. And as a result, Verstappen got a 10-second time penalty, which demoted him down to P10. And speaking about the incident, Russell said, as quoted by Sky F1, "I was as surprised as you guys were. I've seen those sorts of manoeuvres before in simulator games and go-karting, but never in F1. Ultimately, we came home in P4, and he came home in P10. I don't really know what was going through his mind. Max is such an amazing driver, and so many people look up to him. It's just a shame something like that continues to occur. It seems totally unnecessary, and never seems to benefit himself." Now, I thought the 10-second penalty was a bit lenient, but it turns out Verstappen has been given another penalty, with him receiving 3 additional penalty points on his licence. And this takes Verstappen up to 11 points on his licence. And if you collect 12 points over a 12-month period, then you are given a race ban. Now, Verstappen will lose 2 points at the end of this month at the Austrian Grand Prix, but basically until then Verstappen has to keep it clean. He cannot afford another penalty point at the next Grand Prix, otherwise he will be banned from the next race. And in their verdict, the stewards said, "From the radio communications, it was clear that the driver of car 1 was asked by his team to give the position back to car 63 for what they perceived to be an earlier breach by car 1 for leaving the track and gaining a lasting advantage. In fact, we had determined that we would take no further action in relation to that incident. The driver of car 1 was clearly unhappy with his team's request to give the position back. At the approach to turn 5, car 1 significantly reduced its speed, thereby appearing to allow car 63 to overtake. However, after car 63 got ahead of car 1 at the entry of turn 5, car 1 suddenly accelerated and collided with car 63. The collision was undoubtedly caused by the actions of car 1. We therefore impose a 10-second penalty on car 1. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. And until the next one, take care. Bye.